This video is titled How to Take Notes. And this is an important thing to know as you go through school, not only high school where you are now, but later on in college. So let's talk about some different things that you need to know when you're taking notes. First thing is, when you're taking notes in your journal, make sure you keep your table of contents updated. Put a date on every page of notes. This way, you will know what you wrote, where you wrote it, and when. And this can be really helpful, especially as we start to fill up our journals and you have a lot more notes to keep track of. This is an example of a table of contents. You can see that the title is on the page, the date is written down, and the page number is there. So if I need to find something in my journal, I can quickly find it by the page number because I've labeled everything very carefully. Very important, and a lot of people have a problem with this. You need to take down keywords and concepts, not sentences. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to write down every word that they hear on the videos or in a lecture, and it's just not possible to do that. You will get so lost that you'll never be able to get down what you need to get down. You need to develop your own personal system of abbreviations and symbols. Now, I've put some examples on here, and you can use these, or you can make up your own. The and sign or the plus sign could be for the word and. The little arrow could be therefore or leads to. An X means this is not correct or this isn't what's going to happen. You put a question mark if you're uncertain, maybe something that you need to go back and check on. There's a check mark for yes or this is correct, and then put a little star or an asterisk if something's important. Now let me give you a warning. If you're going to use shorthand, and I suggest that you do, make sure that you understand it. You need to write yourself a key and refer to it so that when you use these symbols, you can go back later and understand what you're using them for and what they mean. You need to listen for clue words. Teachers will usually tell you what's important by using phrases such as, the four main uses of commas are. You know you're about to hear something important, so you would be thinking, I need to write down these 4 things about commas, or whatever it is. A lot of times teachers in lectures or in videos will say, now this is important, so make sure you write this down. You've got to pay attention to that, and when they give you those clues, those hints, write down what follows them. After you've taken your notes, whether it's in a class with a live lecture or from a video, go back and review them. It only takes a few minutes, and that way they'll hit your brain one more time, and it'll start to sink in a little bit better. You need to look at a couple of things. Are your notes accurate? Is there something on there and you're wondering, is this right? Because if it isn't, go back and watch the video again and make sure that you get the notes down accurately. And you need to ask yourself, are they complete? Think about, did you leave out anything important? And if you did, go back and find it, put it back in your notes. When you color code your notes, you can make them more readable and easier to review. This is something my daughter swears by. She started doing it in junior high. She did it all the way through college, and she said it really made a difference. You might try using different colored pens for different parts of your notes. Here's some examples. You could put questions in red. You could put definitions in blue. You could put examples in green. Now, this may not work for everybody, but you might try it and see if it doesn't make your notes a lot easier to review, and you can instantly find definitions, examples, and questions because they're color-coded. Okay, you reviewed your notes. You color-coded your notes. What do you do then? That's a good question, because you can't just take notes and never do anything with those notes. You won't learn anything that way. Just writing them down is only the beginning. It's not enough to get the whole job done. You need to review them. You need to spend a little bit of time every day looking over the notes you've taken in all of your classes. And it's only going to take 10 or 15 minutes. And this is going to make a huge difference in what you remember. Most brain research indicates that it takes 7 or 8 times looking and hearing the same information before it starts to go into your long-term memory. So just writing things down one time is not going to be enough. you'll never remember all that information. Another thing that could be really helpful is to write a summary of what you learned. That's another way to help you remember it. So you might try that. Look over your notes, then summarize what the notes are about. It can be a short couple of sentences just to tie together everything that you learned. Another thing you can do is test yourself. Cover up your notes and see how well you can explain the topic. Now, you can talk out loud or you can talk in your head. It just depends. Either way will work, but the more you can interact with that information, the better you will learn it. You can explain the topic to a friend, a parent, or a sibling. That works too if you feel weird talking to yourself. Another thing you need to do is memorize your notes. This is going to happen when you look at them a few minutes every day. And this is a really good way to get ready for those exams. We all know there's going to be tests coming down the road, and we've got to be ready for them. So rather than wait till the last minute, memorize your notes as you go. If you memorize this information as you go, reviewing for tests is going to be so much easier because it's just going to be refreshing your memory instead of trying to cram everything into your brain at the last minute. Now, throughout the year, we're going to be learning different memory tricks. Some of them will work better for you, so you need to try them and see which ones work for you, because these are going to be memory techniques that you can use through your entire life, and it can make a lot of difference. So I want you to really try these, be serious about them, and see which ones work for you.